Cyclops. Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back office. Today I'm going to be tearing down the Cyclops FPV. Did I say Cyclops? Cyclops, of course. First things first, let's pop off the antenna. We don't want to snap that. Let's see how this bad boy works. I strongly suspect what we'll find is a receiver module, and we'll find a screen. And it'll be little more than those two pieces, really, because that's all you need. The only question being, what type of screen is it? Judging by the resolution, it's quite a low resolution screen. I suspect it's just going to be a composite screen, which will be great because we'll be able to do some interesting things with that in the future. And the way we'll be able to tell that is by the number of wires going to it, because of course if it's a digital screen you'll need a lot of wires for like an LDVS type. There we go. Just going to look under the thing. Nothing much to see. Trust me, there's nothing much to see under here, so I'm not going to turn it over. It's full of screws. But this is where all the main stuff is. Really super simple. Bit of dust in there. But yeah, you've got here, that's the sort of focus for the lens. So depending on your vision, if it's good or bad, you'll be moving this forwards or backwards to adjust the focal length to fit in this screen. This screen being what looks like a kind of 4-inch panel that you might get in your sort of car, you know, reverse parking type doohickey, something like that. That's all that is. That in turn is connected to this, which would be the receiver module, because we've seen the button and that's where the antenna goes. In fact, I'm going to try to get that out. There's the receiver module. Let's unplug that. I'm going to unplug all these bits and we put them on the bench and have a look. And these two wires here go to the buttons for the menu. And you can see it's just really simple 2 wires. So it's obviously a resistive setup. So when you push the buttons, different combination of resistors kick in and that'll measure it via an analog to digital converter. So these are the main things though. The bells of the ball, as it were. So yeah, standard 4.3-inch display with kind of a matte finish. Very gingerly dust that off. Yeah, that's looking pretty darn clean. You can see on the back you've got the ribbon cable to all the insides of the screen, and that's going to an adapter which is the 4.3-inch converter. Judging by the feed to it, you've got a power feed here which will be, in my experience, 5 volts. So you know the input range for the unit is 7 to 12 volts, so there'll be some processing of the power conditioning on this before it gets to the panel so it doesn't blow up. And because it's only got the 2, I can tell you it looks very much like a composite input. So yeah, you've got a composite input there. So that could be NTSC or PAL, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can actually tell from this 12 megs crystal though. I'll have to look that up. But if you want to have a closer look at the PCB, there it is right there. The main chip there is an MST706LF, so 87MMR50B. This guy right here. And I guess it's a standards converter. But not only that, this actually contains all of the menu and everything for the setup of the screen, of course, because you saw the menu, the buttons for the menu actually come in here. So this is controlling the presentation on the screen. So that's cute, isn't it? Very neat, really. Could make a lot out of that. I suspect there's going to be a project with this headset for me in the future. And this is the receiver module. Let's see if we can get it out of this sort of shell here. So it's nice, they've obviously designed this to take different modules because it's clearly a sort of standardized plastic carrier. 1 single screw, I think. Yeah, that's good. It's good for us. And there's your antenna, will normally plug into that. So that's almost standalone, and there's a auto scan button right there. So you could actually use this. You could take this out and use it. They probably sell this actually as a standalone module in a little box. You know, so you can bolt into your own TV or cameras or headsets or whatever you fly boys are using. Let's see on the back, Atmel AVR. It's actually a Mega 328p. So quite a juicy sort of chip, really, isn't it? Wouldn't have expected such a big guy, but then it's probably controlling this module. This module will be something to do with the, let's just show you, let's have a look inside. This module will be something to do with all of the scanning and whatnot, so it will have a SPI bus. In fact, SDA, SCL, so there we go, you have the connections to the bus. Standard module, so this module needs controlling, and that AVR or the Atmel is probably what controls it. These are the programming pins for that chip. So really you could change the firmware here. So if there's other telemetry overlays like displays, GPS coordinates, whatnot, that's where you'll do it in this guy. So yeah, I bet someone has hacked that or can hack that. This chip here though looks to be like a tuner. That's the inductor, so that's really quite interesting. Unless that's a standards converter for creating the video. Let's see. We know these are the video pins. No, the video seems to be coming from this module. So I don't rightly know, to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that is. Just a big old inductor. I'll read off this little chip though for you, so if you're playing along at home. It's an MP2307DN. An MP2307DN. And I'm just wondering if we can have a look to see what's this big boy underneath here. And I think I have an appropriate tool. We'll just have a little snippy snip of this can. Just a teeny gentle snip. There we go. No harm done right there. And that's an RTC 6715. If you'd like a little close-up, I'll try to get the camera. I'll coerce it to sort of have a little focus. Come on, there you go. Gently does it. Get you closer to the lens. Have a look at that bad boy. Look at it. It's quite a nice module. Lots in there. Definitely a specialist thing. Close that lid. Close that lid on it for later. So yeah, that's quite cute. So we have the screen and we have the module hooked up like this, and that's pretty much it really. You've got the power from the DC jack coming in here, and that's pretty much it. So if you wanted to actually dismantle this and wire it up yourself, which you can of course, if you still want to use this, just solder straight in here. Positive, negative, be careful of the polarity, just make sure you measure it at the sign. Looking here again, there's also a serial port here. There's a lot of stuff on this module. I suspect if you could get the data sheet for this module, you'll be able to work out how to actually really reverse engineer this. If you're a fan of the sort of Arduinos or PICs or even Atmel AVRs or whatever, you'll be definitely able to do your own module and do something clever with that. Is there anything else of interest? No, the rest is really just an empty plastic box. So if you wanted to, you could probably have space here to fit an additional battery if you wanted a battery internally. In fact, I think you should do that. Look, they've got a cutaway here in the bottom of the case here. You see the screen fits here, but there's a cutaway here. You could quite easily, you see this is the wire that goes to the back of the unit for the, let me zoom out. Let me zoom out so you can see a little bit more. This wire here actually is the back wire that goes to the back here and the bit that goes on the back of your head. But if you have one of those, you know, USB type power things, and it's not quite the right voltage, it's only 5, you might need 2, or just a LiPo cell, one of your big old LiPo batteries, you could just mount it in here, to be honest with you. And you've got loads of room to actually fit a switch if you just wanted a toggle switch, and that would be good to go. You'd just have a customized internal battery on that. You could just put a recharging point and away you go. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, if you buy this and you've got a problem with your module and you want to swap it out, there you go. Just look for a P252-1 module. That's all that is. I'm sure you'll be able to buy these from the manufacturer or just on eBay or something. Have a look. And again, it does seem to be really hackable. There's like an I2C port right here by my thumb. I'm pointing that out. I2C port, serial, SPI, everything. It's actually 3v3 on board. This could be the power. Actually, telling a lie earlier, this could actually just be a power supply. Probably is, because with that wide range of voltage, and there's a regulator right on the back there. So yeah, that's probably the power supply. Absolutely brilliant. Please feel free to comment, like and subscribe down below. And as ever, thank you for watching.